victory over the San Jose Sharks in a late night action because the Sharks decide to retire a jersey against a Central Division team. Yes, Patrick Marleau had his jersey retirement tonight, and the Hawks win this thing in a shootout 4-3, spoiling the jersey retirement. That's 2 jersey retirements the Hawks have had to deal with in the last 2 weeks. And what happened last time the Hawks had to go on a jersey retirement game? The Hawks won, and it's led to a 5-game winning streak now. The Hawks are on the longest winning streak in this season run, with winning over the San Jose Sharks in a shootout. This was an interesting game, as we know. Before the game today, it was announced Patrick Kane went back to Chicago for roster management and asset management, basically. Same with Sam Lafferty out of the lineup for probably expecting a trade. Both of them. So, the Hawks were kind of short. They went 11 forwards, and they had extra defensemen out on the ice. David Gus, making his NHL debut tonight, has himself a stellar performance as well. This was a great all-around performance by your Chicago Blackhawks in tonight's action. So let's get into the game, shall we? Shots on goal was interesting. Not a really good defensive game because it was a tank-off between the Sharks and the Hawks, and no one seemed like they wanted to win because goals were back and forth, back and forth, and back and forth, leading to a tied game going to a shootout. Shots in the first period, 9-15 in favor for the San Jose Sharks, 13-12 in the second period for your Chicago Blackhawks. Third period, 7-16 for the San Jose Sharks. In the overtime, 6-5 for your Chicago Blackhawks. Total shots on net, 35-48 for the San Jose Sharks. Power play, Hawks went 0 for 4 on the power play, where the Sharks went 0 for 1. There was a fight in tonight's action. Connor Murphy dropped the gloves after making a clean hit in today's game, but the Hawks were able to prevail. Peter Mrazek was in his best performance of his short Blackhawk career so far. So let's get into the goals of the game, shall we? Because it's already almost 1 a.m. as of the time I'm recording this. So let's get this thing going, shall we? In the first period, that's when we saw a lot of the goals come on the board. And, well, it comes early for your Chicago Blackhawks. Just 2 minutes into the game, the Hawks get on the board. And it's making his NHL debut on his NHL first ever shift. This happens at 2:14 in the first period. Scored by number 37, David Gus. His first National Hockey League goal is assisted by number 43, Colin Blackwell, and number 17, Jason Dickinson, to get the Hawks a 1-0 lead. This goal by David Gus, his career first in the National Hockey League, the 29-year-old finally making his debut to the NHL, gets on the board. His first shift is a first shot, first goal, and he's on the board. Hawks lead 1-0, 2 minutes and 14 seconds into play. This goal by Gus was a nice play. Blackwell gets the puck. Gus gets cross-checked down to the ice. Gus gets back up. Blackwell feeds the puck right to Gus in the slot, and Gus gets the Hawks on the board with a little gusto right there. But the lead does not hold really much long, because 2 minutes exactly after the Gus goal, Nick Bonino scores his 10th of the season, assisted by McDonald and Nico Sturm, to make it a 1-1 game. This came at 4:17 in the first period. Tied game. It was just insane cross crease that leads to Bonino getting on the board off a rebound. So the Hawks were able to bounce back immediately after this Bonino goal. At 5:12 in the first period, we get on the board again. Scored by number 62, Brent Seney. His first as a Chicago Blackhawk. Assisted by number 4, Steph Jones. This was a great goal by Seney as he got the puck from Jones and went on the races. It was a 2-on-1 break, and Seney chose to shoot. And he shot well, getting the Hawks a insane high-paced goal where he goes bar down off a nice snapshot, giving the Hawks a 1-goal lead once again. Hawks pressed after that. They were buzzing, moving the puck well, getting opportunities, but afterwards, the Sharks were able to tie. At 10:52 in the first period, Yevgeny Svechnikov scores his 8th of the season, assisted by Sturm and Vlasic, to make it a 2-2 game. Yes, the lesser of the Svechnikov brothers gets on the board and ties this game all up. We go to the second period, all tied up 2 apiece. Hawks buzzing, Sharks buzzing, and we go to the second period where the Hawks honestly were the better team, getting all opportunities, getting some power plays. They just could not find the back of the net. The goals they were shooting, well, the shots they were shooting were basically a lot of one and done, but high danger one and done shots. So we go into the third period, all tied up 2 apiece, and Domi freshly losing some teeth at the end of the second period, he gets the Hawks on the board at 16 seconds in the third period, scored by number 13, Max Domi. His 18th goal of the season, assisted by number 6, Jake McCabe, and number 34, Peter Mrazek, to give the Hawks a 3-2 lead over the San Jose Sharks. This goal by Domi was a beauty. Losing some teeth might have just sparked him a little bit to come into this third period. He was chirping at the Revs going into the third period of play. He gets a little angry energy, gets on the board for the Hawks to lead the Hawks for the majority of the third period of play. San Jose, though, after the Domi goal, San Jose was pressing. They were moving the puck well, getting the opportunities off. Mrazek coming up with timely, high-danger saves, making good save after big save. But the Sharks were able to keep peppering. And, well, San Jose pull their goaltender at 2:11 remaining in regulation time. Erik Karlsson scores his 19th of the season, assisted by Vlasic and Logan Couture at 17:49. So the game's all tied up 3 apiece after 3. Hawks and Sharks go to overtime. Hawks get an immediate power play to start the overtime. Logan Couture gets called for holding Max Domi's stick and then dropping it. So Hawks go to on a 4-on-3 power play for the first 2 minutes of the overtime, basically. Hawks were getting some shots off. They couldn't get anything past Kakinen. The Sharks come back down on an attack, getting some big shots, and Mrazek making some big saves. Hawks nearly won it a couple times in the overtime, where Max Domi had the game on his stick not just once, but 3 times in the overtime, where he gets the puck on his stick and Deeks Kakinen hits the post. Then he goes back, steals the puck, and Kakinen makes a big save. Then Domi, with the final 9 seconds of play, gets the puck, goes on the races, breakaway for Domi. He slap shots one and it rings it right off the blocker and up into the protected netting, and the game remains tied. So we have to go to a shootout. And into the shootout we go. First shooter of the shootout was from the San Jose Sharks, Kevin LeBlanc. And well, he goes up the ice and he shoots it right onto the pads of Peter Mrazek. It's a big save by Mrazek. First shooter for the Hawks. It's weird to not say it's either Jonathan Toews or Patrick Kane. Well, the first shooter is number 23, Philip Kurashev. Kurashev takes the puck up slowly, and he just wrist shots one 5-hole. Hawks lead on the shootout 1-0. Second shooter of the shootout for the San Jose Sharks, Logan Couture. He takes the puck up and he just wrist shots it right into the pads of Mrazek. Mrazek with a big save. Next shooter for the Hawks, Max Domi. He goes up very slow, starts stick handling, backhand, forehand, backhand, forehand, backhand, and misses the net. It's still 1-0 Hawks on the shootout. Third shooter for the Sharks. If they score, it's tied. If they don't, Hawks win. And well, Nick Bonito comes up the ice and he just shoots it right into the pads of Peter Mrazek, and the Hawks win in the shootout. This was a good game. It was a tank-off. It was what you all expect from a tank-off. Two teams really not trying to get many points, and we get a good victory. The Hawks played well. Did they give up a ton of shots? Yeah, but it was a good game. And missing Patrick Kane does suck, to say. But down in the comments down below, I want to hear what your thoughts were on tonight's action, and thank you for watching the broadcast. Please leave a like and subscribe if you haven't done so already, and most of all, let's go Hawks!